Good Business San Diego Financial News Update, sponsored by Wilsey Asset Management.
Good evening. I'm Brent Wilsey, president of the investment firm Wilsey Asset Management. Well, it's a new year, 2026, and maybe you made the resolution for New Year's to say, I'm going to get my financial house in order, so therefore I got to get together a new advisor, talk to my advisor, maybe look at my own personal investments, how I've done myself. Very important. So what you want to do is when you look at your portfolio, say, well, how did I do in 2025? Did I have a good return in 2025? If you did it yourself, be honest with yourself. If you have an advisor, call the advisor, say, how did we do in 2025? What was the percentage return that we had last year? And if they can't give it to you, I will tell you that's a warning sign right there. Or they say, oh, it doesn't matter, another warning sign. You need to know how your percentage return was each year, so it's a gauge how you're doing. And you should be averaging 10, maybe 12% on average per year is what you should be averaging. But if you find out the advisor is not maybe the advisor you want to be with, you find out that, gee, I call him, I call her, they don't return the phone calls, I ask for information, they don't give me the information, they don't give me the service I want, maybe it's time you switch to a new advisor. What you want to do is you want to go to an advisor that's a fiduciary. Now, it's kind of funny. Now in my office, I do have, every once in a while, somebody says, Brent, are you a fiduciary? Which we are. What does that mean? It means we're registered with the SEC. And a fiduciary has the role that they have to do what's best for their client, not what is best for themselves. And this compares to a broker who has a lower standard called suitability. Now what that means, they can sell you virtually any mutual fund. It could be the worst performing mutual fund, but it's suitable, that's okay. So you want to ask to make sure, are you a fiduciary and are you charging fees, how are you being paid? Also too, I want you to be very careful of ones that say, yes, we're a fiduciary, but also what's called a hybrid advisor. We're the fiduciary, but also they're a broker as well. That means they can still sell your products. Stay away from them because you never know what side of the table that they're on. Also too, you want to say, am I being sold products? Was I sold products last year in 2025? Am I going to be sold products going forward? Because of brokers, many times make big commissions off of that. The big one that happened last year, and actually a few years before that, were alternative investments. And they said, oh, the stock market's risky. You got to the alternative investments, get private equity, get private loans, private real estate. These are terrible. They lock your money away for a long time. Also, too, the broker many times makes a very big commission on it. So you want to stay from being sold alternative investments. Mutual funds are still out there where they can charge a back-end sales charge, front-end charge for you on those mutual funds. Be careful of those. And the big one that gets me all the time, and it's probably going to happen this year, we could see a 10% pullback sometime in the market. That's when these annuity salespeople seem to come out of the woodwork saying, oh my gosh, you're losing money. You need to get out of that risky stock market. You got to buy an annuity. Now, they don't tell you that your money's locked away for many times 7, 8, 10 years. They also don't tell you they make a 7% commission off of that many times. And also, too, we had a client come in our office probably about a year or so ago. They had an annuity for 20 years, and it still did not double in value yet. And generally, if you're earning 10, 12%, your money should double about every 7 to 8 years. And it's okay, too, to ask the advisor, how do you get paid? Where are you getting paid? I know it's an uncomfortable feeling, but it's something that you have to do. I mean, you ask your attorney how much you're going to charge, what they're going to charge you. Ask the advisor. If they avoid the question or they don't tell you, then you want to avoid that advisor. And ask them too, how do you manage your own money? Why is it different than mine? Well, all this information comes to our website, smartinvesting2000.com. Have a good evening. We'll talk more next week.
This has been a Good Business San Diego Financial News Update, sponsored by Wilsey Asset Management.